Welcome to Roll for That. This is Grayson speaking again. Just a reminder, we are listening to Coast Soundscapes for our ambiance this time. Please check them out. Link in the comments.
Gravemire.
And I'm playing as Jeb today.
My name is Eric, and I'm playing as Vance.
I am Grayson, playing as Raquel.
And it has been a little while since the last time we got to sit around our microphones and play together. So let's have a quick recap. What happened last time we played?
We didn't get separated.
Yeah.
We almost did, but we didn't.
It felt like we were separated.
I don't know. I found some honey. Something's wrong with these guys, though. Let's see.
We left the
So
town
Hmm.
to go get honey. Or no, we left the town to go deliver a message for somebody.
Uh-huh.
And we did that pretty handily, I want to say.
Yeah.
I don't think but that was on the way there we ran into he who has your name. The man that wears the bone mask. Or I guess the giant that wears the bone mask. And he invited us to dinner. And we were all tense because we all felt like he was going to eat us. And so I say we all. It felt like we were all tense.
Yeah.
Vance was tense because he thought he was going to eat us. So we got the fuck out of there and got to the lady who we were supposed to visit. She was polite, but also strange in her own way, and gave us, told us she was drafting a letter or drafting a response, and offered us to stay at her place for the night. But we told her we had to go do something we had to go get the honey real quick, and she gave us a seed, I want to say, to open a doorway back to her house.
Yes.
The bloods.
We went and found the wasps, realized the wasps don't keep the honey in their nests. I, in my great doctorly wisdom, advised Jeb to get stung, and it worked out surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Perfectly.
it led us to the honey, and we found the honey, and we got a lot of the honey. And just as the sun was starting to set, we grew the bone-covered door from the seed and leapt through. And I believe that's where we ended.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And everyone had a panic attack because I walked 5 feet away.
Yes.
Well,
They were all worried about a lot of things.
it wasn't that I walked away. It's that the things around us terrify me. Freaking magnolias growing.
Well, to me, it felt like I walked away
For me, it was because you
seconds.
walked away. Because I used magic to turn my jacket into a rope. We are all currently bound at the hips by a rope.
Yep. Your characters have all grown wise to the fact that I subscribe to the Offspring school of DM advice. That is, you got to keep them separated.
Nice.
Yep. Don't DMCA me. I'm a big fan of your music. And also saying the name of a song is different from anyway. So I apologize.
Along with that is come out and play to all the monsters we'll find. But it's whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey. So the three of you now bound together in a rope made out of a coat. And were you also holding hands, maybe?
I don't believe we were as we jumped through.
Okay.
I know I gave hugs.
Right. At one point, I know you did. Okay. Anyway, the three of you now bound together physically as well as in fellowship, leap through this strange gate that was grown from the ground.
Was it grown by feeding it blood? I feel like it
Yes.
was grown by
Or
feeding
sweat.
it blood.
It
Sweat.
was grown by feeding it. I think it was sweat. It might have been blood
It,
too.
it could
You
have been
know,
either, but I think it was
there
sweat
may
this
have been
time.
tears. But anyway, the seed sprouted and it grew into a gate made out of trees that were shaped like the structures of human skeletons.
That's right. That's not terrifying at all.
Yeah, super normal. Absolutely
Super
normal and fine.
That's okay,
You
the lady's nice.
you jump through and you reach the back porch of the lady's house. And as soon as all 6 of your feet land on this porch with a da-da-dum, there a little bell rings, or like there's a set of chimes hanging from the veranda above, and they chime gently, and you hear a voice echo out to you through the open door. Oh, man, what was her voice like again? You can all come inside. Feel free.
Jeb walks right in,
Yeah.
and by that, everyone else is forced to as
Yep.
well.
Follows the others with
Follow
him.
us shortly behind.
Yeah, I definitely think Raquel sighs with relief. It's like, oh man,
Mm-hmm.
that was not a good moment.
Absolutely. But this house is it feels safe is maybe the wrong word. But it feels stable and secure here. A lot of the rest of the bayou, especially where you just came from, has a sort of a spiritually shivery vibe to it. You walk through and there is a sense of instability, like things could change in an instant. You've experienced times where you've taken a single step and suddenly been in an entirely different biome, something that a transition that should have taken miles or leagues was accomplished in an eye blink. But here in this house, it feels it feels like maybe this house is the only real thing in the bayou. And that in and of itself has a certain comfort associated with it. The interior is fairly dimly lit. There are gas lamps scattered about, and the whole place is teeming with plant life of every kind, but not just living plants. There are dried plants hanging from the rafters. There are whole big what do they like Rolodex cabinets that you see one drawer is open and you see their like cataloged seeds inside that drawer, and you assume that the rest of the drawers are full of similar things. You smell there is an enticing aroma wafting through this living space, coming from what you assume to be the kitchen. And the voice of the woman comes from another room a little ways down a hallway and to the left. And she says, "I'm just working on my reply now. I'm nearly finished. Do the three of you intend to stay for a meal here and be off, or stay the night, or would you like to just leave?"
Well, ma'am, if your offer still stands, I think we'd prefer to stay the night.
Of course, of course.
And I see these seeds here. I wanted to ask, is this where you got that seed that made that door to your house here?
That seed was a special one. She comes, like, pokes her head out of the room that she's in.
I'm looking in the S section right now for special.
There are none that are just labeled special. She says, I keep a special catalog of certain seeds for specific use in a more secure location than that one. Those are all just seeds for my garden. It's nearly planting time. She stares into the distance and kind of like counts on her fingertips for a second. I think the next full moon is soon. Okay.
I just keep perusing through the vegetables and things, but not really doing anything else from there.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Is there somewhere you want us to stay, ma'am?
Oh, of course. Let me. Oh, how silly of me. She claps her hands and
Hour.
Bees? What?
Yes.
Bees come out of everything.
Oh,
No.
no. That's much worse.
I don't know. Sitting through a musical number or bees?
Is she the one singing? Just wondering.
Lumiere just pops out of nowhere.
She claps, and a little like ornamental like miniature tree on the table next to you like unfolds and stands up and reveals that it is, or maybe doesn't reveal but becomes, I don't know, a person, sort of. It's definitely a tree, and it definitely has the skeleton of a person, and it definitely moves around. So that's nice.
Huh.
But it like stands up and it shakes the soil off of its feet, and it hops down off of the table, and it takes or it tries to take Jebediah's hand.
I accept the hand and I say, "Well, thank you, sir."
And it leads you down the hallway away from the room that's in, just a couple of doors down, and then like opens a door with a flourish to reveal a rather sumptuous bedroom. And then it turns and it opens the door across the hall from it to reveal another one. And then it takes another step and opens a third door to reveal a third bedroom.
I reach into my very sticky pockets and give him some honey.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. It like takes the handful of honey and just like it holds it above its head and like tilts its head back and opens its mouth and drizzles it slowly into its mouth.
Perfect. Good.
Yeah. It's definitely not an upsetting image at all.
No, I'm glad it appreciated it. That I hoped it did. So we're good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Raquel moves to one of the open doors and it's like, is this for me?
It interrupts its slow and moderately sensual honey drizzling and nods and gestures toward the room, and then resumes the honey drizzling into its mouth.
Is this set up where there's one bedroom in each of these rooms?
Yes.
I take one glance at Raquel. No, wait, not Raquel. Oh, shoot. I take one glance at Vance, and I say, now, Mr. Bone Tree, sir, do you have any rooms where we could just have all the beds in one place, or is this the only option?
It finishes not licking the honey off of its fingers because it doesn't have a it's also not sucking the honey off of its fingers because it doesn't have lips, like scraping it onto its
Like bark on bark.
yeah, onto its teeth made of bark. Oh my gosh. Nobody ever give me a special effects budget, apparently. I will distract myself. It finishes its honey scraping, and it kind of with almost comical exaggerated motions, like looks at Raquel and like motions at her, and then it motions at the two of you, and it makes a big X with its arms, and
No. He doesn't mean like for me, but for the two of them. Vance gets.
It like straightens up and goes, and like hits its forehead with the palm of its hand, and then nods, and it walks into one of the two adjoining bedrooms, and it claps its hands loudly with the sound of a thumping and clattering hardwood, and the air kind of ripples and shivers for a second, and suddenly there is just one bedroom with two doors and two beds. But it is like a normal sized room for two people, not like two rooms with the connecting wall smashed. It's just like a bedroom for two.
That'll be perfect right there. Thank you.
Vance takes a moment to like look over the assistant and kind of like not like actually making notes, but like makes notes in his head, and like is like looking for like any signs of strain or stress, since this being just used magic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, interesting.
Yeah, it. You know what? If you would like to, you may roll to see if you get any useful insights from that.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Could I use medicine tangential to stories? Because I'm using like stories kind of like a cult, and then medicine tangentially because this thing is obviously not or I guess this assistant is not like a natural person.
All right. You know what? I think this might actually be an well, no, it's not unfamiliar because you have the book. Gosh. Yeah, I will let you roll that. You can have a +2 to that roll, yes.
Okay.
From your tangential medicine knowledge of how a tree sculpture shaped like a skeleton should act after it's sacrificed its. Yeah, anyway. Let's not think too much.
18.
18 is a full success. You succeed completely and entirely.
I'm a man of science.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely what it is. You are a man of science. And not only that, but you also um you are a pretty I keep on wanting to use the word perspicacious, but that is not a word in common usage. Um, you notice things. You're very observant. That's the common word in the vernacular, isn't it? And so you notice. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
And you noticed at the moment that it did that magic, one of the other living plants in the room that you came from suddenly dried up.
Okay.
And with some like a quick trip to your memory palace of what the Book of Magic tells you, it seems as though the plants, or some of the plants in this house at least, have been set up to be um sacrifices basically for magic, so that people don't necessarily have to sacrifice their own health or willpower to do magic. um at least maybe theoretically. It's something that the the person who wrote the book, whose name I am spacing on, Wilthrop, um, theorized was possible, but wasn't sure exactly how to do.
Interesting.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. Anyway, the rest of your evening goes probably pretty well. Did anyone else have specific asks for what happens this evening? Or actually, no, I'm going to change that. I would like each of you to tell me a detail about what happens tonight in this mostly safe but kind of creepy place.
While I was meandering through additional seeds and just looking around at things, I kept noticing the wooden statue person looking at me from around corners.
Yes.
Interesting. The dinner we served was surprisingly, or the dinner that was served to us, like it had kept the same theme of like vegetable-ish, but very bone shaped.
Ooh, that's fun. Like radishes that are shaped like skulls, and that
Yeah.
that's fun. I like that a lot. Also, um, it was entirely vegetarian, um, and did not smell like, it did not offer any reason for the delicious smell that is still coming from the kitchen.
Yes.
Anytime we looked outside, it looked like a open field or like a plains or something. But if we actually went outside, it was still just that night with the sky, with the starry sky.
Yes. I like that a lot. Um, And so then, eventually the three of you become tired. You eventually go to bed. And then the three of you wake, and you are fairly refreshed. You don't feel like maybe not the best you've ever been, but pretty good. And I will offer a deal to any of you who are wounded. If you would like to, or you may move 1 point of health or willpower into the other stat, if you would like.
I am okay for Raquel.
Okay.
Vance.
I too am content.
What?
Surprisingly.
I figured something like that, but it was a fun idea.
Yes. If I didn't burn all my health as I lost it, maybe.
Yeah. All right. So the next morning, the woman presents the three of you with a small package and an attached letter to give to Jason, the gentleman who requested you first send her a message. And she smiles brightly and says, I certainly hope that this wedding gift will find him and his new bride at the point of their greatest happiness.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure it will. And I guess I'll just take it and put it into our backpack.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Awesome. And then the three of you leave.
Yes.
I suppose there are not a lot of other options.
Yeah.
Unless you wish to live here forever.
I thank the lady. But yes, I am ready to leave. Thank you for your hospitality. If you ever have a job for us that you'd like to do, let us know.
She says, I'll be sure to post a notice at the boarding house.
Okay. Vance, Jebediah, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. Thank you again.
Which door do the three of you leave?
Good question. What's the door we came in?
The front door.
That one, probably.
Okay.
Agreed.
Is that the one that we came in the first time?
Yes.
Then yeah, definitely.
Trying to remember where in. Okay. Gotcha. So the three of you leave her front porch, and suddenly you are back in the bayou. The air is heavy and warm and sweet and cloying with the smell of things growing and blooming and rotting. The air buzzes with insect life and the sun when it is visible, beats down with unbearable heat.
And this looks like where we left from, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not like the standing circles, right? Or the stone?
No, I don't believe it is.
Or was it cedars?
Yeah. It was, yeah, a circle of trees.
Oh,
It looks like we're back where we left. This wasn't too far, if I remember. We better get started before the giant catches our scent again.
yeah. 3 miles. And I pull out my compass.
All right. In that case, you know exactly the direction to go back home, probably.
Wink, wink.
So, unless you want to make a skill check for navigation, I need a skill check for quick travel.
Um, yeah, I want to trailblaze as whatever. I think quick travels. I want to get out of the bayou.
Okay.
Sounds fair to me.
Trailblaze +1 for the compass.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. It will be
Die roll.
+4. 16.
16
Partial.
is a partial success. You start blazing that trail. Literally in some cases where you have to you run into situations where you could choose to go around some shrubs or some young trees, and instead you choose to just uh, chop at them and bull through. You're trying to get through as quickly as possible. You do take occasional detours, just the ones that you absolutely know won't uh, take you far out of only the ones that you know you can correct for. There we go.
Yeah.
But as you continue to travel, those of you who were marked by the giant, who for some reason I cannot remember was because I didn't write it down.
Me and
Because I
Jebediah. Raquel and Jebediah.
Raquel and Jebediah, you both feel an itching in your foreheads.
Ugh.
Raquel starts going faster.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out my trusty pan.
And suddenly the path in front of you warps somehow. The trail underneath your feet rises up and solidifies into a boardwalk made out of giant planks made from even larger trees. The air fills with the smell of smoke. Have any of you ever had a barbecue before?
I think I have.
I'm sure. Yeah, it makes sense for Jebediah to.
Vance definitely has.
Vance definitely has as well.
I don't think Raquel has had the traditional like barbecue.
Not like an American style.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. But she's probably had something similar.
Yes.
That is the smell. That and just smoke, like somebody burned some meat recently, that fills your noses, and you see ahead of you is the little village of the giants.
Where we left Wilthrop that one time.
Yep, where you left Wilthrop that one time.
Raquel stops and she's about to turn around.
Oh, good. I'm glad you decided to come. You're a bit late for dinner, though.
Oh,
Perhaps we'll have a brunch today.
Well, of course. We didn't want to be late.
And if you can finish turning around, you see the giant behind you.
Yeah.
He towers above you, perhaps 8.5 feet tall today. A huge oval-shaped bone mask with scrimshaw markings and a great big eye carved into it covers his face, and he is holding a spear longer than he is tall, um, banded and tipped with bronze, with a what looks like a black glass, like an obsidian crossguard.
Uh,
I oh, go on. Sorry.
I think Raquel positions herself in front of Vance and Jebediah with like her blade out still. Not necessarily like pointing it at him, but ready to like raise it up kind of thing.
Jebediah puts on a smile, regardless of if it's true or not, and says, "Well, what have you got cooking for us? Smells delicious."
He says, oh, my dear little people, I'm not cooking anything for you, but I think you'll be cooking for us. And I need everyone to roll the up. This is a skill check that has to do with reaction time, alacrity, or quick thinking. Tangential bonuses do not apply.
I would like to roll a fencing as my combat. Used to acting and reading intent kind of thing, you know?
Ooh, I suppose I'll let that one go, yeah.
Just 2d12, right?
Yes.
Yep. I would like to roll surgery and hunting in the woods for keeping a head on straight and being able to focus while in a tense situation.
Okay, so that's a +4.
Yes. Oh, I needed it too. Shit.
I don't really think I was planning on adding anything for those for this roll, but I do have a combat roll for later now, at least.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Mine is
That is not the right roll. That is not the right roll. There we go.
There we go.
Mine is a 20 total because I don't use the typing.
Nice.
Okay. Let me look at this really quick. Okay.
I think that Jeb was just about to give a quip about how he would be happy to make something.
Uh-huh.
And so got distracted.
Okay. All right, so Raquel got a 20.
Yes.
And Vance got a 16? No, a 12.
No, a 12.
That 12 is after the +4. Okay.
Yep.
So that means the giant got the 17. And then Vance at 12. And then Jebediah at, what was that, 5?
No, it's 11.
11. I see, yes. Okay. Let's change the scene a little bit, shall we? How about we go here? Oh, no, that's too peaceful, isn't it? Classic dark place, maybe? Yeah.
Oh no. Okay,
And then
I
go
fear
there.
the giant.
There. Two. Oh, I need to. No. There we go. Is that legible?
Yes.
Okay. That's even better.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Oh no.
There is a moves in combat section in our cheat sheet, and there is also combat appears. Oh boy. Where did I put it? I scrolled away. That is on page 79 of which is going to be. Do I have PDF pages marked 94 ish of the PDF?
Looks like. So I am first.
Yes, sirrah.
Okay. Does he? Is the intent basically? I know he's coming. He wants to eat us.
Yes. He says, you will be cooking for us, and you can kind of hear the grin in their voice, and you see him heft his big old spear and kind of start to lower it, and you, for a moment, have the upper hand.
Okay. I forget. Do you use just one modifier for this, or could I sell you on using two?
Um, let's see. Making attack, you declare your intent to attack, including your target and the manner in which you're attacking them. You can use whatever relevant skills you've got.
So my idea is to do a misdirection like a feint, and then actually go in for a stab. I don't think it's something that will work every single time, but as I have the upper hand.
I totally buy that.
Okay.
Yes.
So with this, I will use the +2 from the misdirection to attack, and then +5 into damage.
Okay.
Wonderful.
+5 into damage and 2 into the attack.
Yep. So 5 from fencing into damage, and so I will roll that. So it is a 19 to hit, or
19 is pretty good. That is a full success. So you're doing +5 to damage, so you do 6 damage,
yes.
which is a big chunk. I need a spot where I
Just
want
DML us. He won't understand. It'll be okay.
That's really funny, actually. Okay.
Okay.
I found a spot. in my notes that I can use. Though next time I will just DM Ellis.
Yeah.
And then you still have a tandem.
Yes.
My
If you wish.
tandem is I'm trying to communicate, or it's just mostly going to be speaking to Vance. I'm like, Vance, if you can cover me, that'd be great. Because you have a shot.
There's just a like a puff of smoke over your shoulder as you hear his shotgun getting ready.
Nice. In that case, the giant now has his turn, and he will respond with his spear.
Do you think that's the appropriate reaction? I think you just want to, have a conversation.
He offered a conversation to y'all. Oh, wow. He rolled. Oh, let's see if his plus gets him out of this. No, it looks like it does not. Raquel, you're a fencer, and so you know more than most people that, like, lunging puts you into a vulnerable position. And so once you finish your attack, you immediately duck and roll out of the way of the spear thrust that the giant does. Just an instant before he would have impaled.
Yeah, that's not terrifying at all.
Welcome to Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Or something.
Is this a
You
Dark
know.
Souls? I have roll mechanics.
Now it is. Anyway, next up is Vance.
So I am concerned that he will always be able to know where Raquel and Jebediah are because of the marks he has on them.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is try to use magic to make myself invisible for this moment.
Ooh.
I've been thinking about this since we last talked about this, and I've not figured out which tier of soul this is. It's not dissuasion makes sense in the verbiage of the tier, but I'm not sure. It could literally be anyone because there's just not a good one. But in my head, it's literally just making him think I'm not there or something.
Right.
So I think it's compulsion.
I think
but
it has
I would
to
accept possession.
Right. I think I agree that it is compulsion. You're forcing the giant's mind to just not accept that you are there. Forcing the giant to continue looking for you even after he has found you.
Yes, and in the same way that I've been looking over this, I was distracted earlier with some stuff going on, but I meant to mention that Vance was looking through the book about this earlier.
Okay.
If that would help in the not the tier, but the level or whatever the second part of casting magic
in the difficulty.
Difficulty, yeah.
Right. Interesting. So
me and Vance have been thinking about that specific aspect, that Vance is the only one that can't be sensed, so he would be the best one to be turned invisible for this part. Since we were threatened the other day, so he's been looking through the book for okay, how do I make myself difficult to notice?
Right. Gosh. I'm gonna say this is a tier 2, I think.
Or you mean difficulty 2?
Yeah, difficulty 2. It is
it's a lot.
It's not the hardest magic, but it is it's complicated. It requires a lot of there are a lot of if then spell. What was that?
I had an idea the other day that I just remembered.
Okay.
Can I argue tier 1 since he's done something similar before with the bird, the Everett or whatever?
Ooh.
And if need be, I can also like every round or something burn another wisdom.
That's spicy. We'll do it as a tier 1 with the or a difficulty 1 with the understanding that that also means that it will have less mechanical effect.
Okay. Yeah. Because my thought was, since it's something that's going to continuously going, it's not instant like destruction. I like the idea of it, instead of being a big hit at once, being like he can do it, but now he has to hold that grasp, you know?
Yes.
So if you're like, if you want to just leave it the tier 2, or if you want to do the tier 2 with each turn, I have to lose another until I give up hold. I'm fine with either.
Whichever one you prefer, I will. Let's just do it the tier 1, and no, let's just do the difficulty 2.
Okay, just difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Less to keep track of.
Yeah, right. Less to keep track of, and also probably overall more beneficial because I have an idea of that.
Okay.
Are you getting an aversion?
Ooh, I probably am.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, I forgot to have everybody check as we entered the stressful situation of combat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We should roll that before your numbers change.
I lost the will.
Ooh, indeed.
Oh.
I was fine.
Oh, that's a very good roll.
Mine's also on there, and I'm fine.
Okay. Oh, I see it now. Yes. Awesome. So anyway, we continue the fight.
And I think my version is very simple. I think it's masks.
Masks?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I like that a lot.
I feel the masks.
So I do that, and then immediately I'm just gonna act recklessly and take a shot.
Ooh, okay.
Because now I'm gone, and then just shotgun shells just start flying. I know he can't see me, and I know that Raquel needs me to keep him distracted. So I know it's gonna be reckless, but I'm going for it.
Okay.
I don't reckon stories would help me here, so I'm just gonna add. Let's see. I'm just trying to get his attention, so I'm not doing anything additional to damage right now. So
okay.
Just +2 to hit him.
Okay.
13.
Now, 13. Before we finish math here, I would like to offer you a deal. Because you're invisible, you can spend some of an invisible resource that I'm giving you, being invisible, in order to increase this number. Once the resource that you have for being invisible runs out, you are visible.
Okay. On this first one, since it's reckless, I'm not gonna use that resource.
Okay.
So I'll hit him with a partial success. I don't know if that triggers twice, since a reckless attack is triggered as a partial success. I don't know for sure what the rules are on that. I don't think it does.
Let's see. Reckless moves. No, I just immediately respond to the move regardless.
Well, on reckless moves it says that, and then on attack it says on a partial success they deal damage, but the dealer responds as though it was a reckless move.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if you want to do 2. Oh, 1 second. There's more on the second one. It does not say. So I would say you get to make that judgment if you want to
Okay.
take 2.
I'm just going to have him
No,
respond.
it says if a reckless move rolls a partial success or a compounded failure, the dealer still only gets to respond with 1 move.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I thought that was it.
That's
Okay,
on the page 82.
thank you.
Why is that not on the reckless moves page? Sorry, but yeah. So I just deal the 1 damage, and you get to move.
Deal the 1 damage. There we go. And he does not see where this is coming from. Would you like to spend some of your resource to reduce his accuracy with the incoming attack?
So here's a question: if he
Uh-huh.
can't see where it's coming from, would he try to target them, or would he try to target either me or Jebediah still?
He is going to do like a sweeping wave of his spear.
Okay. Storm bless it up.
Yeah, go ahead. Just reduce it by 1.
By 1? Okay. Ooh. Okay, so that means that he got a 10 on this roll, which is still a failure. He turns his whole body in your general direction, and sweeps not the sharpened end of the spear, but the stave of his spear in your direction, and you are barely able to duck out of the way. In this case, his own height acted against him. And then it is Jebediah's turn, I believe.
I do believe you're correct. As Jebediah, I'm going to go ahead and just I have my frying pan out already. I'm going to use my kitchen fighting to go ahead and take a big old swing at him.
Yeah, get him.
Hopefully, that's
Take out his
we're
knees.
hoping for. All right, so that's 15 plus the plus
So-
the 4 for kitchen fighting. Oh, but I needed to decide.
If you're putting
Right.
I'll do it even, or I can reroll.
Either way works for me. If you want to just split it into 2 and 2, that's fine. Or you can.
Yeah, I would split it into 2 and 2. I don't know what the result will be or anything like that, but I think 2 and 2 is where I would jump to for that.
Awesome. Well, that's pretty lucky then that you got into full success territory, and that puts it at 3 damage for that attack.
kill him, Jeb.
I'm just hitting him on the head.
I don't know if you can reach his head.
I jumped really high. I'm just kidding.
He ducked down a little bit to do that one, the staff sweep, and you just rushed over and jumped and bonked him on the head.
Ooh. Maybe when he was doing the sweep, I just swung mine and hit his arm or something.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Cool, but yeah, so I do that, and then I'm going to.
So this is, I don't know if this is pushing it because I don't know how it works. But attempt to communicate is a tandem move, and Atlas told you to just call on him if you needed him.
I was under the impression that Atlas had already saved me. Was that using my help call or not using my help call?
That was not using it. He gave you basically an open offer.
Okay.
He would come as often as you needed.
I mean, I guess I can yell and call. If he comes, cool. If not, then it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Is like it's if he's able to take a break from holding the stone.
Yeah, sometimes he can, sometimes he can't.
Yeah. So, in order to simulate the knowledge of whether or not he can come, or whether or not he has to hold up the stone, I would like you to roll an unskilled check with just 2d12.
Deal.
16 is a partial success.
Oof.
Okay.
I mean, but he got a 12 on one of those dice.
Right? It's a Savage Worlds now, baby. Almost a full success. So you get the sense that he will arrive as soon as possible. You just know.
I'm friends with all the mystical creatures.
You
really
are. Thank goodness you're here, because me and Raquel would just like cut and shoot our way through this forest.
And then it is Raquel's turn.
Okay, Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
Without the act of surprise, she is going to strike at him again with a, I think it's a moulinet, like that kind of curve action with your wrist into like a slash.
Okay.
I don't remember if that's what it's called, but something like that. And I will do 3 into hit and then 2 into damage.
3 to hit, 2 to damage.
Yeah, so that's an 8 to hit. So that's a failure.
Ooh. That is a failure. But it's not a whatchamacallit, a compounded hit.
Yeah.
So I don't think he attacks back, if I remember right.
Correct. Page
Yeah.
82. Yeah.
Yeah, looking
You
at it.
You fail the check, you miss.
Yep.
With that, I think I will go reckless into another attack with the same spread. So he'll get a reckless.
Okay. Awesome.
12 to hit. I don't think that succeeded either.
12 is a partial. That's a partial success. So that's 3 damage.
It'd be 13 because I did 3 to the plus.
Right.
2 to the
okay.
So yeah, 3 damage.
Awesome. 3 damage. Ooh, exciting. First I will roll his response before I narrate this. He is not rolling too hot today, is he? But he does get... So you initiate your maneuver and slash up along like the side of his body, and he thrusts out his offhand. He releases the spear and thrusts it out, and his hand, which is almost as large as your whole torso, crashes into your sternum. And he does 2 damage to you, and you stagger back a little bit. But your slash actually goes even higher than you were expecting, and your blade catches on his mask and flicks it off of his face.
You said I took 2 damage, right?
Yes, 2 damage.
What's underneath its mask?
There is nothing underneath his mask.
Just like...
there is simply
flesh?
an empty void. Not even darkness. There is just nothing there where his face should be. It seems to pulsate and reach out to the world around you. The sky grows darker for a moment, and the sounds of gibbering chaos echo through your minds as you see the face of he who will steal your name. I would like each of you to roll a willpower check for me.
Oh, this isn't good for me no more.
Oh, I failed again. I'm getting another aversion too.
Ooh, Jebediah finally failed a willpower check too.
We all failed. Yay!
I did fail. Do I just lose 1 for that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, would you say they're intelligible whispers or unintelligible?
They are unintelligible whispers. At least at first, though maybe Raquel is starting to understand them, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah. So I'm getting an aversion from this.
Uh-huh.
Would unintelligible whispers be a good name?
That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah.
So I was sent to 3 by the same thing that sent me to 5.
Uh-huh.
Do I get? Let's see. It looks like I would get
Weren't you
I'm
at 5 already?
2. Yeah. So like the thing that sent I went from 7 to 3.
Oh.
So I should have got 2 aversions at once.
right. But if you would like your aversion to be about something to do with this, that's cool too.
The void spread.
People taking off masks. You just can't win.
I'll figure something out and get back to you.
I mean, it could just be people taller than you. Like, it could be giants, or
That's a good one.
the smell of barbecue, or...
There are giants in the eye.
I'm just gonna put
Like-
tall people.
like particularly tall people, not just... Yeah. It's going to be fun when Atlas shows up after check.
Atlas isn't like people shaped though.
Yeah, he's not person.
He is very tall, though.
So that was
And-
his action for my reckless attack, correct?
Yes, that was.
Okay, so he gets his actual.
And so now it's his turn. And he is going to... Oh, man. He's pretty angry at Raquel. So he is going to attack Raquel. Follow up with his spear. That is an 18 to hit,
Oh, my AC's 12.
which is a full success. That is 4 damage.
Oh no. I'm at 2.
Once he pushes you back with his palm heel strike, he is able to get the distance he needs to really fully follow through on his spear thrust. And the, what did I say it was? Brass of his spear tip pierces through your thigh. And a gout of blood erupts from it.
There is an audible shriek from me, from Raquel, that I will not actually imitate.
Right. And Raquel's shriek gets instantly muffled and warped the sense of the direction it's coming from moves. Suddenly it's coming from the giant's face. And then it warbles and warps into a demand: surrender, and this could be so painless.
Interesting.
And then it's Vance's turn.
Okay, so I'm crushed and pressured right now because of my willpower,
Uh-huh.
Me too.
which means I add half of my applicable bonuses, and I can't do tangentials.
Yep. Everything is familiar because you're so stressed.
Yes. Let's see. But on making an attack, it does not say that adding the additional bonus is tangential. It's just adding a half of another proficiency bonus. It's similar but differently worded. So I'm doing
Quick look.
page 81.
Oh,
It says, if a player is fully proficient, they add their skill bonus. If they're proficient in something similar, they add half. It doesn't say they add attention, but they can add attention bonuses from other skills. So I'm gonna rules argue and ask if I can add hunting now that I'm invisible to my shotgun attack. If not, fine. I get it. I'm just gotta.
Right. I'm gonna say the spirit of the rule is that this is a skill check, basically like any other. If you look at the examples. But I do see where you're coming from. Argument.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta advocate for yourself, right?
Absolutely. If you don't, who will?
Who will? So, 2 actions, huh? I never asked that stupid pile of ants if this guy's weak to silver.
Hey, that stupid pile of ants saved your life.
Yeah, for a debt. I'm gonna use a action or a tandem action to use an object to dump another use of my silver powder into my barrel, and then use my action to shoot.
Okay, so you're just like filling the barrel with silver filings and then just shooting a shell at him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you.
And it's got it's a +1, and
would you like to use your invisibility bonus?
yeah, +1 from the invisibility bonus.
Just +1?
Just +1.
Okay. That's gonna
21.
take down. Whoo, buddy!
Rousing success.
Rousing success. You get a little something extra on top. So how much damage are you doing?
The 1, unless the silver is doing something extra.
Okay.
Oh wait, the I can pull from the pool.
Yes, if you'd like.
Oh god, I've only used 2, right?
You have used 2.
I'll pull 3 from the pool.
Okay, you're gonna pull everything that's left.
I committed to it.
Okay.
And what does rousing success do? Just gives a little.
There's the damage applied. Ooh.
Man.
And hinders the enemy in some way.
Yes.
Yep,
So shoot it right into his eye. How would you like to hinder the enemy? Would you like to hit him in the leg or the eye, do you think?
I hit him in the arm, and either he drops his spear or he can't keep hitting with his hand. Something that stops him from hitting either so often or so hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Let me adjust some of these numbers so that I can for sure remember. Okay.
Did the silver have any extra effect on him?
It does not appear to.
Dang. It was worth the shot, though.
It does look very pretty. Embedded in his skin.
I have one more use of silver.
You have bejeweled this horrible giant creature. Jebediah, I believe it.
I also believe it's my turn. I don't think that Jeb is too crazy about what he's thinking about doing. He's still got that pan. He's just going to hit him.
Uh-huh.
So I'll go ahead and I'll roll for that. Let's see here. I'm just going to do it evenly again because I didn't say it.
Got it. It's a 17.
Another clean.
Another clean full success.
Cool.
Do 2 damage to him. You can sense Atlas getting very close, very quickly.
Sweet. I think I'm going to do a reckless attack
Ooh,
because at this point, why not?
absolutely.
So yeah, I'm going to do a reckless attack, and I'm just going to do the same split 2 and 2, and just go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Didn't work out this time.
Ooh, that is a failure. A failure on a reckless attack. He needs to roll. You're able to. What does your first attack look like? It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it looks like all of your attacks are starting to add up. Like he doesn't have a lot more to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm aiming for just appendages. So maybe I swing and hit his leg or his kneecap or something.
Yeah, your first one is like you swing, you hit his kneecap, you hear what sounds like maybe a grunt of pain, and you spin around to hit this guy again, like in the belly where Raquel's left hit slashed him, and he has foreshortened his grip on his spear, and it is just right up next to you, and it slices at your ribs for 3 damage. Adjust.
Dang, that sucks. I'll get that 3 off.
Oh, I just got it for you.
Want to put in a dice?
Sylvia, Dad said no.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys. My Discord is frozen, so I can't mute myself.
No worries.
Okay. So he got hit for 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. Raquel's
And now it's
turn?
back to Raquel.
Yep, it is Raquel's turn.
So Raquel, I think, is going to cast some magic.
Ooh.
And I just want to double check that I understand this. But so, do I know if it has a soul before I start casting? Because soul magic, I guess we already know because Vance did soul stuff too.
Right, yeah. Meta knowledge, yes, it does appear to. But like Raquel doesn't necessarily know. But yeah.
I'm just wondering if like it would take effect anyways, or like if like the spell would kind of fail.
Right.
I think the rules are written in such a way that's like, hey, like this is a hard game. Don't be a dick about it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Substance cannot directly affect any entity or possession of a soul. Okay.
In fact, speaking of being a dick, I will tell you that there is something as you reach for magic, it seems to slip from your fingers.
Okay.
Metaphysically speaking, anything that you do will be 1 degree more difficult now that his mask is off.
So I've kind of reading the rules, and so I am not pushed to the brink yet because I do not have 0 willpower. But I am trying to do a what do you call it? A possession.
Oh.
And I am trying to force this guy to his knees and like into like a blank face towards the sky type of pose. And so as I understand the rules, it will push me to the brink basically because of the tier of the spell, but it will not reduce my hit points at this time unless I try to cast another spirit's magic.
Ooh.
Which could shred my soul from my body. But for right now, it will push me to full 0, and it will still reduce my maximum by however much.
Yes.
Okay. I think Raquel is doing that. If
So your command is like kneel.
yeah, or
Um,
it's probably like a with intent of like submit to this like, and it's like that weird.
yeah, like
Yeah.
oh man.
And I think submit is like the commanding word that like reverberates.
Yeah. So that is going to be a fairly difficult one. Gosh. And I did already say, so you will have to go to the brink and reduce your maximum by a total of 6, I think.
Okay. Perfect.
Which is a lot.
Yeah. If I take willpower damage now, I will definitely be taking physical damage.
But you make that command, and the giant falls to his knees. The spear does not drop from his hands, but like his arms relax so that they're now just like slack in front of him, and its horrible void face is staring up at the sky. You have a sense that you cannot hold this for very long.
Yeah. And if I do, I am probably going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like that kind of verbiage with like spirit things consume consistent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Raquel like falls to her knees kind of as she's like struggling to hold him.
Yeah, it's actually like a beautiful like mirrored shot of the two of you both kneeling, and you staring up at him staring up at the sky. Let's see. He is going to make a roll to try to. Well, actually, no. Rather than a roll, how about we do a spindle wheel draw to see if he's able to get out? Because magic is different, and I don't think magic should have dice. We will draw Fiddler's Rosin, an artist's tool to sweeten and empower clarity and strength through friction. Making do, for want of a horseshoe nail, aid promised, never answered. This card, in my notes, represents Gravemire. Or not Gravemire, it represents Scarstone, the town where you've been staying. So I don't think he breaks out. You are making do. It's tough, but it's home.
Hopefully it's long enough.
Yeah. Vance, it is your turn. You become aware that your spell has ended somehow. Something about Raquel's magic seems to have overwritten it. You think.
First, I'm gonna move from where I am to Raquel's side.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh god, what would Vance do? She's hurting. She needs to be healed, but this thing is ready for a beatdown. But I did hear Jebediah call out for Atlas, or was that a mental thing?
He might have called out verbally as well as mentally.
It is Jebediah. He probably called out verbally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know I did. Yeah, so.
I'm gonna do a first aid check.
Okay.
Let me read the willpower thing one more time. I can't use tangential. Let's see. And unfamiliar checks meaning applicable bonuses are used at half their total value. Oh, can I only use one on unfamiliar checks?
So yeah, while crushed, all combat and skill checks are treated as unfamiliar, meaning applicable bonuses are at half their total value rounded. That's crushed. While pressured, you cannot apply tangential bonuses to skill checks.
I don't remember. Can I just apply 2 bonuses though?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I think
believe.
first aid and medicine knowledge would account for this.
Let me do a quick search for.
You can use a maximum of 2 different skill bonuses. The DM should consent to the skill bonuses. Yeah, page 43.
Yes.
It's the 3rd bullet point. So each of them is halved, so it's a total of +3 on this medicine check.
Okay.
17. Print this page off and keep it near me.
Yeah.
If you have
I
directly
should have
applicable
screenshotted it
skills,
long ago.
Oh, it's probably it's still a directly applicable skill though. On a full success, heal your patient by 2 health. Yeah.
2 health, huh?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Oh, but I'm crushed, so it's unfamiliar. So is it technically? Is it still familiar? I don't know. That's a weird.
For now, we'll just go with the results that we figured out.
Okay.
So you'll gain back 2 health, Raquel, which is better than nothing.
Yeah, I'm at 4 of 10.
Absolutely.
At least I got a 10.
Is that all of Vance's turn?
Move, tandem, whatever the other one is to heal. Regular.
Gotcha. Jeb, just as you prepare for whatever you're gonna do, you hear a roaring voice, Jebediah! And they're crashing in the trees and leaping through the air like the Iron Giant. Except like if the Iron Giant was made out of parts and then put through a taffy puller, comes Atlas.
Oof, perfect timing.
Going to act in tandem with you. So
impressive.
There's a magical girl transformation scene where you guys
we merged into one.
Merge into a flesh mech.
Yeah, he's gonna pick you up and put you into his chest cavity.
Oh, he's my favorite.
And you're going to pilot him.
And then a frying pan grows out of his arm.
Of course.
Out of every arm.
It's just gonna roll to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my default now apparently is to split it evenly, and I assume that he's just going to follow my lead and also attack the giant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh shoot! Did that? Okay, yeah. I rolled 2d12. I did the double or the even split.
Okay. And then he rolled his. Where'd I put my notes? What are his? Okay. So you're doing an even split. That is.
Yeah. So 2 + 2 to my attack and +2 to my damage.
Okay. So that's a 19 to hit for you, which is a full success. He rolled a 13 on the dice. Then I apply his bonuses. And gosh. He his fist rockets, or man, what does this look? His fist turns into a rocket. His fist just rockets through the giant's rib cage and punches it straight in the heart.
Oh my gosh.
Because you softened him up just barely enough for this to be the finishing blow.
Yes.
I guess if that was my regular move, my tangential move. Gosh dang, can't talk today. Jeb says, "This is what a real friend looks like."
And then the masked giant dissolves into. At first, you think it is dust, but then you realize, no, this is ash. This is very fine, powdery ash, and it blows away in the wind.
Would people know what high fives are in this time?
They can in our world, regardless.
Deal. I am high fiving every one of Atlas's hands.
Awesome.
Vance slowly helps Raquel up and looks over and says, Atlas, I'm sorry for not helping you the first time. Thank you very much for showing up.
Well, it's for family. His face warps to be Vin Diesel.
Yeah, Atlas turns into Vin Diesel and he says, we are Groot. No, wait. Wrong.
He says the one line that the Iron Giant says.
Yeah, that's the other Vin Diesel, isn't it?
It is.
He says,
so Atlas is voiced by Vin Diesel.
Man.
Yeah.
We are Superman. Anyway, he says, I'm sorry I could not be here sooner. It appears you have all suffered a great deal of harm.
I shake my head and I say, well, Atlas, you came just in the nick of time. I have some honey for you here, and in a different pocket, I grab out as much as I can and give it to him. I pay people.
Let's say that the woman in the house gave you some containers.
She was sick of me trying to do that to her too.
Yeah. You give him
fine. I give him a little vial of it then.
Awesome. He pops the whole vial into his mouth, crunches on the glass, and seems very happy with it.
Now, my next question with that is, was it pretty sensual as well, just like the other thing?
Yes. Everything to do with this honey is actually incredibly sensual. And so he pops the vial partway into his mouth and then slides it out and then pops the vial all the way into his mouth. And then he crunches.
A little bit dribbles out.
He crunches smoothly.
Yeah, a tiny bit of a single drop oozes out of his mouth and drips down onto his chest.
So weird.
This is the best damn honey.
Now, my next question is the Giant's Village thing still there?
I'm sorry, I think you cut off.
Did the Giant's Village disappear, or is it still there in the scene?
I think the question is, are we still at the Giant's Village, or did it fade away and we're back where we were?
I see. You are still at the Giant's Village, and in fact, you can hear some people or some voices raising maybe an alarm.
I turn to Atlas. Well, friend, can you handle more, or should we run?
Maybe you got here just in time.
He says, I can handle more. I would prefer not to.
I point off into the distance and I say, take us that way.
Absolutely. And he oh gosh.
Actually, I'm going to point to I'm going to point to Raquel and say, Raquel, point to where you should take us.
That's probably not the best thing to do right now. Raquel is very confused.
Yeah. I think he like lifts Jebediah up to sit on his shoulder, and like he lifts up Vance to like rest against his hip, and scoops up and cradles Raquel like a little baby. He is he is just like juggling a bunch of toddlers, isn't he? And he stands up, and I guess before he starts moving, or before he starts picking you up, as you have been like talking and planning, have any of you picked up the giant's spear or mask?
Raquel
Because
has not.
those did not dissolve.
Oh, I would get the spear, not the mask. Definitely not, but Vance would. He definitely thinks there's something about it, so he's gonna grab it.
Okay.
Unless like he grabs it and it's like it talks to him, then he doesn't. Or like like one of those things, like
Ominous feeling, talking.
yeah, like if he
Hello,
picks
would
it
you
up
like to
and he
destroy
hears,
some evil today?
if he like picks it up and like hears the giant's voice on the wind right at that moment, no. But if he like picks it up and like maybe just gets like a magical vibe from it, then he would take it.
Right.
Oh.
So if you want me to roll like a stories check real quick,
Yes, please.
I'll do that. 14.
14. I
Partial.
think that is a partial success.
Yes.
Gosh, what does that look like? You pick it up, you don't get a magical vibe from it. But like it takes you a second to realize that you picked it up and now it is like the right size for you to use.
Mm.
So I guess that's something.
All right. And I've got something as well.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to close my eyes and try to imagine or feel like getting to the giant and or his house. Because that was something that he told me I could do before to lead me to him.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to roll for that, or am I able to feel that sensation of where direction or anything?
You feel a distinct emptiness. Like
Oh, thank goodness.
like once it's kind of like having a lost tooth in your mind. Like you didn't realize it was there until you like felt for it and it wasn't,
That is perfect. I was going to say, if I felt anything, I was going to take that mask and either break it later or something, because I was going to be convinced that he was still existing somehow. If I don't feel it, like I don't now, I don't think I would grab the mask.
Okay, perfect. In that case, yeah, he scoops up the three of you. Oh, unless Vance.
No. All good.
I mean, if you wanted to give Vance a panic attack in the middle of the night because he has a mask. Atlas scoops up the three of you and starts to lope away. And apparently my brain is full of the Iron Giant right now because it is definitely not like a run. It is just walking, but his steps are so huge that he is definitely moving faster than a horse would trot. Or like he is going places.
My boy. Do we hear anything coming after us, or is he just so much quicker?
No, he is just so much quicker. They have no chance of catching up to you at this point. Let me I think he gets you all safely. Hold on, I need to look at my map, see where you are, what route he takes.
I bet it's somewhere between where he is now and where where his like rock is chilling at.
Actually, he marches y'all. He doesn't take the path. He goes straight toward Scarstone.
Oh, kind guy.
And he passes through the place where his rock is. Like, you can see it, and you also see the tantalizing glow of lotus blossoms in the pool.
Is somebody
And
holding the rock up in his place?
The big branches, right?
the big branches.
Okay. Because I think it'd be funny if there's like some poor sap there.
A little regular person.
That's kind of hilarious.
And he's like, "Hey, wait, what?"
You see 3 people in ghillie suits holding up the rock, or like they're all stabilizing the tree trunk right now that is holding up the rock. I actually like that a lot. So yeah, at first you didn't see anyone, and then it was those trappers from your first night in the bayou.
No wonder. They got to get that lotus somehow.
And he just keeps on lumbering along until he reaches the river and the place where the river crosses the border. And he says, "The 3 of you should be fine here." And he like sets all of you down. He says, "That was a dangerous foe. Perhaps you should not challenge something that powerful again."
Well, I think you're right, but we met once and he put his thumb on our foreheads and there might have been blood involved. I thought he might be friendly, then he wasn't, and 2 of us remarked, and then he's appearing out of nowhere. But I want to say thank you so much, friend.
Yes.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go rest. You've earned it. And then he stands up and lumbers away.
And I'm waving to him as he's walking away. And for some reason, I'm imagining people like staring at the 3 of us from inside Scarstone.
Oh, I bet that there's like one kid.
Who no one's going to believe either. But yeah.
Oh, absolutely. His name is Hogarth? No,
They call him Little Timmy. He's on crutches.
It's Brian
Fucking
Kirby.
loves Christmas.
He just it would actually be very funny if it were Brian Kirby, the kid who wants to become a scholar or maybe a cowboy.
Done. As it was said, so it shall be.
Yes. And then the 3 of you turn and make it back into Scarstone. As you cross the border, you each regain 2 willpower. Oh, wait.
Yay.
Willpower, because you succeeded in your contract.
I only gained 2.
Me too.
Oh. Man.
Hey, my stats are all full, guys.
We gotta deliver that wedding gift too.
You said it was just willpower that went up, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Yep, your willpower is completely full, Grayson.
Yep.
I'm so scared for you, friends. I'm so scared for you.
It is hilarious how much you came to this game with Jebediah, this goofy like farmer cookman who does not have a lot of
Any connections to the outside world?
right, but like somehow he is the most resilient little dude in the
He's
world.
fucking thriving out here.
Well,
Like,
it turns
like-
out the secret to thriving here is not having connections to the outside world.
Yeah, it's like he's a Disney princess of horror monsters. Like he just makes friends with things.
Oh.
I feel like everyone just always assumes they're gonna be rude and evil first, and I'm just like, what? We gotta give them a chance.
it worked out like twice, but every time it works out fucking great.
Oh, that's
Oh, good. Yeah, like me and like, I love it because it was. I think like literally it was like I'm just gonna build a guy that can just like die. It'll be all right, and he's literally got more health and willpower than me and Raquel combined almost.
Yeah.
I did kind of say that. I was like, this is my character idea, and I love it. And you told me they die all the time, so I'll just keep it.
he actually has exactly as much health and willpower as the two of you have combined right now, as in the way that you are all wounded.
I'm trying so hard to be a tank here,
Oh.
but you guys keep getting hit. I can't save your willpower.
You need a good taunt skill, is what you need.
I don't know how.
You
Anyway.
need to proc the enemy. Proc the ads.
So before we wrap it up, are we gonna do the in Scarstone stuff off camera again, or do we want to record that next time?
What do y'all think? Do you think that it makes for good? I would kind of like to record it again. We have not recorded it every time we've done it, and I think that
I
we
like
can
recording
get
it,
stuff.
especially
Yeah.
if all of us are here.
Yeah.
Mhm. That makes sense to me. I got 40 minutes or more.
Okay. I'm getting pretty tired because I had to wake up early. So,
Me too.
thank you for joining us. This has been Roll for That Gravemire. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night.